Hi. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Andre Wiley. I am a cardiovascular tech for let's just say, a very famous hospital in the United States in Florida. I'm also a life coach. Started coaching about a year ago. I love it, and it's one of my passions. I wanted to make this video for Brendon Burchard, who is very motivational to me right now. So he issued this challenge, so here I am doing my coaching here live on the internet right now. So hope you like it. In order for you to know who I am and my 45 points for today, I'm going to give you a story about who I am and where I come from. Uh, First thing is when I was born on December 3rd, cold wintry day, in a little place called Rockford, Illinois. My mother, got to the hospital, had me, wanted to name me Andre Edward, which was a surname in my family. Lots of successful men in my family with the middle name Edward. And she got me home and found out that birth certificate rather said Edwin, not Edward. So instead of fighting and figuring out how to go about the way to get my name changed, she went back and just said, well, I guess we'll just start a new tradition and call you Edwin. So that's how I got my name, Andre Edwin, instead of Andre Edward. Was a quote-unquote mistake, but a good one because it started a new tradition. Okay, going on, my dad was a black belt in Taekwondo, Korean martial art. Uh, he picked up Taekwondo when he was stationed in his army days in Korea. He was very good at it, so naturally I wanted to follow suit. Decided that I was going to be in Taekwondo as well, and became very good at it. As a matter of fact, I was training for spring invitationals and got accepted in the spring invitationals in the Chicagoland area. So I was doing my thing as I always did, and ended up getting into the finals. Well, once I was in the finals, I started, doubting myself. Didn't have the self-confidence that I thought I would have once getting up to the top platform level of a championship level of competition. And then I remember my instructor saying something. I was down actually 3 points to one out of a 4 point match. So one more point and I was done and over with. And I turned and looked at my instructor and he said, stop trying to be who you are and be the person that you want to be. And that hit home to me because I wanted to be a winner. I wanted to be a champion. I wanted to go take trophies home to sit them next to my dad's trophies. And I ended up winning that match with a well-placed spinning roundhouse kick to the head, which was worth 3 points, which gave me 4 points to win the match. And I got the 6 foot trophy that was sitting next to my dad's. Actually, still probably sits next to my dad's at home at their house. After that, I studied hard, went to college, ended up going to college, the same college at the same time that my mother was going to college to get her nursing degree. Uh, it was interesting, to say the least, but one thing really stood out. I remember going to class. We had an intro to philosophy class, which is one of my degrees is in philosophy. And I remember she turned to me after we had a reading exercise and said, hey, can you give me the Cliff Notes version of the reading that we're supposed to do? So this was the same person who stressed the importance of doing homework and reading, assignments and things like that. And she's telling me, hey, I didn't do my homework. So I thought that was kind of interesting, to say the least. And I kind of balked at it, but later on I understood what it meant. Um, and the fourth story I want to tell you is I ended up, through certain events, ended up as a firefighter. And first night on the job, I volunteered my time. I volunteered a couple of years of my time, actually, because I was doing quite well for myself and ended up volunteering because I wanted to give back to the community. Volunteer firefighter, and the first night of my firefighting experience, we worked a call that was a train versus family in a car. That taught me a lot, I thought, until we also found a little shoe that belonged to an infant. So we had to search for an infant over about a mile long wreckage site, and later found that there was a little brother in the back seat that actually covered the little infant up, his little sister up. So instead of trying to get out of the car, which he probably would have been able to do, he actually decided to protect his little sister. So, four main points out of those four stories, I would like to acknowledge that I learned for myself, that I also try to teach, and as the basis of all my teaching, is at birth, I learned the name was just a name, and you make who you are, not your name or what other people call you. Your actions, your words, and your abilities show who you are to other people. As a teenager, I found out I was a winner as long as I applied myself and be the person that I want to be, not the person that I am right now. So every day I try to get 1% better, 1% better, 2% better, 5% better. I'm always striving to become a better person day after day after day. My college career taught me that we're all human. My college career taught me that we're all human. Even a mother raising 3 children may need to skip a homework assignment, even though she's telling you that it's the most important thing, so you don't end up having to do it later on in life. Um, Advice is a lot better than action in a lot of times. And my firefighting career taught me that love never dies, because if a little boy first instinct is to protect his family, to protect the cherished parts of our lives, then there is no telling what we could accomplish as human beings if we just take a little bit of that, 1% of that, and work on that 1%. So, what I would say to you is try for that 1%, 1 cent of a dollar. If you had 1 cent of a dollar every day of your life and saved up, that would be a tremendous amount of money after 50, 60, 70 years. So 1%, if you just try 1% to get better, 1% every day, and compound that 1% on top of the other 1%, on top of the other 1%, then you will become exponentially rich in life experience. I'm Andre Wiley. Thank you for your time.